Haxey born and bred, so I'm quite proud of that. And the Haxey Hood has always just been something that has been around. Whenever we was at school, the school used to be up near the Hood field, and we used to have to shut school on Hood Day because of the massive amount of people that turn up on the day. I've never known anything else really. I've lived in the village, and my kids have all lived in the village all their lives as well, and they're now beginning to understand what a village community is about. I've just been involved in the Haxey Hood forever. They're now really interested in it as well. So it's like my family's now taking it on board. So it's really good. We've got 13 characters, and 10 of them are boggins. One is the chief boggin, one is the lord of the hood, and one is the fool. It's a real big honour to be the fool. It's massive. I think I was just destined to be it. We start on New Year's Eve, and we're out every night singing songs, raising money for local charities, and obviously having a few drinks. So gradually through the week you just get more and more, you're just topping up. And Hood Day is, I'll still be meeting at the same time. It's sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock that we meet and go for breakfast at one of the local pubs.
I've got to get out there because they're all wanted it out there.
And then we go and we get the fool gets painted up at around about 12 o'clock, so loads of little different colours on my face, and then I'm ready. When the fool first caught the hood from Lady de Mowbray, he was too shy to give her it back. The one that gave it back, she says, "You're a lord, because you've given it me back, but you were a fool, you should have given it me back." So that's where that came from. And because he had it and everybody fought him to get it off him, he got bruised, which is why the makeup is on there. That's to represent the bruising that he had. So there's a bit of black, red, green, blue, all sorts of different colours on the face, and that's what that represents.
And try, me boys, they'll try. Before that they shall come and drink old England dry. Then up spake Lord Robert, so fair and renowned. He swears he'll be true to his country and his crown. For the cannons they shall rattle and the bullets they shall fly. Before that they shall come and drink old England dry.
I'm on top, Steph. I can't do any more.
I played the fool in 2002. I stood in for Dale, who was the previous fool, and his wife was pregnant and she was due on Hood Day, of all days, and they were expecting twins, and he didn't want to miss that, obviously. So he then, a few months before it, said, "Look, I'm going to have to stand down just in case my wife gives birth on Hood Day. I can't miss it." And he wanted me to stand in for him, so I stood in, and it was an honour doing that. And once you're the fool, it's up to you when you decide you don't want to be fool. But I knew this was different. It was, he sort of lent me it, and it was on loan, and I knew that in my heart. And I didn't want to give it up because I so wanted to be the fool. I had a lot of people say, "Oh God, that was good. What are you doing? Are you giving him it back?" And I said, "I'm going to have to." So I asked Dale what he wanted to do, and he said it was my decision, and I said, "Do you want it?" And he said yes. So that was enough for me. So I took all his stuff back to his house, and I gave him a little card. And inside the card it said, "Here's all your stuff back, Dale. You're a fool if you wear it, you're an idiot if you don't." And he rang me up, and we had a bit of man tears on the phone, me and him. You have to stand up and say a speech at the village outside the church. So those 10 minutes are absolutely prime. That's when I've got everyone's attention, and there can be, over 1,000 people stood out in the village just watching that bit. So you've got to get it right. But I thrive on that sort of thing. I'm not fazed by anything like that. I'm not going to say that I won't get nervous. I don't normally do nerves. I get apprehensive because I want to get it right myself. I don't want to let anybody... But it's not for me. It's so that I don't let anybody else down. That's what it's about.
Gentlemen, we are gathered here today to play the ancient game of Haxey Hood.
I've got photos of when I was 8 years old, stood behind the full stone, just staring at the full stone. I was mesmerised by the fact that they set him on fire. Although they don't actually do that, the smoking, and I was just stood there thinking, this is just weird, but nice. It was a nice weird.
Now 661 years old. Okay? And like all traditions, it's been modern enough to change with the times, but traditional enough to last forever. Yeah! The swale will be thrown. Now this is a swale. It's not a running hood, so it must be swayed at all times. The goals for today. In Western Side, we've got the Carpenter's Arms. It's a cheer from me, don't listen to them. Okay? But in Haxey, we've got the Loco and the King's Arms. That was another cheer from me. Upon yon field, the game will begin.
There's a saying that we have, it's oose again oose, toon again toon. If a man meets a man, knock him down but don't hot him. And basically that's it, you know, be physical. It's village versus village, and we want one village to win and the other village want to win. That's what it's about. But we're not there to really hurt people. We're there to just, you know, make the strongest man win, basically.
Oose again oose, toon against toon. If a man meets a man, knock him down but don't hot him.
I think when you enjoy your own community, that's when you don't want to move away from it, and it encourages other people to stay as well. We don't invite anybody, you know, it's not organised, we just turn up, we know people will turn up, and we just go and play a game. We are unique. We've got this one thing that happens and everybody talks about it all year. It's brewing now. Everybody goes out and we're not talking about Christmas and New Year. We're talking about Haxey Hood. Historic thing, and I probably won't realise how important I've been in people's lives until I've packed in maybe 15-20 years down the line when somebody comes up and says you were the fool. I can remember, you know what I mean, and that's the sort of thing that's going to mean a lot to me. We are unique. We've got this one thing that happens and everybody talks about it all year. It's brewing now. Everybody goes out and we're not talking about Christmas and New Year. We're talking about Haxey Hood. The Hood's far bigger than me. I'm just a character in it, and I realise that. I know that, but I'm going to give it every ounce of effort that I've got. Well, I can